Good evening YouTubers, and this is Alfatechniks, and tonight I'm going to be tuning my carbs up on my 1973 Alfa Romeo GTV using some Gunson colour tune. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of any tuning, first of all we need to make sure that the spark plugs are nice and clean. So remove all the spark plugs and see if any are black, which means it's running rich on that cylinder. If any are white, then it's running lean on that cylinder. What we're going to do now is remove all of the spark plugs and see the condition. One thing to note here is to make sure that it's really simple to mark up the HT leads with the represented cylinder number, so when you take them off and put them back on again, it's easily identifiable. So we have 1,
2, 3,
and 4. To take the plugs out, I'm using a 21mm deep socket. What I'm going to do to each of the spark plugs is to use a wire brush just to clean up any of the excess build up here, which you can see around the tip of the spark plug. Do this gently with a wire brush until it's nice and clean. Some people like to make note of which spark plug to come out of which chamber, so I know that this is the first one, so it's come out of spark plug 1. What I'll do is put it to the side and methodically go through each one of these now, clean them up and repeat the process again. I'm going to use a 0.8mm feeder gauge on these spark plugs. These are BP7ES NGKs, rated for this engine. Got a non-standard MSD digital 6AL high capacity capacitive discharge electric ignition system on here, so I'm going to set it to 0.8mm, and that's about right on for these spark plugs. The standard is 0.7, but using the MSD system I can get away with running slightly larger gaps. With the plugs all cleaned up now, with spark plug gap checked to 0.8mm and all the excessive carbon deposits being removed, I can now put these back in the engine. If the engine is not warm when we do the carburetor tuning, then it's a complete waste of time, as it's a representation of how the car will be running in normal running conditions. So in order to tune up the engine, we need to bring it up to temperature. So let's start up the engine. We'll let it warm up for about 5 minutes. Check the water temperature, and then we can start the tuning. In here is cylinders 1 and 2 are running much cooler than 3 and 4. Verified here with the tape measure. It's a really good indicator. What I'm interested to see on the colour tune what this reading will be. This should all be consistent on here. I don't know what the value will be, but once they're set up, we'll get a nice baseline reading.